Evening, everyone, and welcome to the Club Racing UK podcasts hosts Q&A special. Good evening, everyone. Woo-hoo! As usual, it's your host, Robert Lewis, with the gruesome twosome that is Stefan Marsh and Nicholas Holmes, joining us from his new flat in Eastleigh, I understand.
I am. This is my new studio. Woo!
Your new studio. So you're all settled and got in now, Nick. All settled in.
I'm all settled. I just have to say probably a massive shout out to my neighbour upstairs, whose Wi-Fi I'm stealing this evening. So if it drops out, it's her fault.
Outstanding. So hopefully we keep you on tonight. Already we've had a good evening from Jeremy Evans from All Square Racing Road. Vicky Pratt, Patrick Seal, Jamie Peter Ennis joins us as well, Jason Stone and Joel Wrighton, among others. We've got another one that's hidden, Audi Club Racer, of Johnny Berry. Evening, Johnny. All the way over in Florida.
Everybody.
I think he's over in Florida, isn't it? Yeah, anyway, good evening, whatever time it is.
Somewhere nice, but he's been rubbing it in and there's no need for it.
Well, there is no need for it, really, is there? No need for it at all. And the good thing is, gents, we start this show tonight. There has been motor racing. The race has started this year.
Yes. 2022 has officially started, everybody. Awesome.
Okay, well, without much further ado, then, is it time for a bit of the news / race roundup? Right, it was a very impressive meeting for the BARC opener on the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. And there's one thing I want to get both your opinions of, okay? On the Grand Prix circuit, national pits or international pits? What do you prefer?
National pits all day long.
Thank you. Stefan?
I don't know. I haven't had to use any yet. I'm not too sure. I don't know. The national ones better ones?
I think because you can get iconic photos like that.
Oh,
yeah. That is a good photo. Yeah. That is a good photo. I mean, that was the pick of the weekend for me. So that was the Uncle Luke sponsored Snetterton Saloons that had their away round on the Grand Prix circuit as well. Some absolutely fantastic racing, and very impressed as well by the Buck live stream as well, getting everyone involved. I think Dave Goddard does need another commentator with him, though. I will say that.
We've got one up there. There
he is.
If he wants a hand.
I could do it.
David Goddard, if you're watching, this man here is interested.
But yeah, I mean, poor Dave. There's a lot of other commentaries out there where it's more than one person doing the commentary, and I felt at times he was running out of breath a bit, poor guy. But yeah, very impressed this morning. They actually released this morning. They had over 100,000 views on their live stream. So I think, as well as having the coverage there, I think it kind of brings in the desperation that people are feeling to watch some racing.
Yeah, I'm right. I mean, it was a cracking weekend to start off, wasn't it? You had the British Endurance Championship, as it is called now.
Yes, unfortunately. Well, we'll come on to the YouTube side first, because we have, if in case you haven't seen out there, ladies and gents, tomorrow night at about 7:30 on YouTube, the Club Racing UK YouTube page, there will be a video going out covering Amigo Motorsport. They were racing in the Brit Car Endurance this weekend. Oh, the photos. Yeah. There was a photo on there of the Astra looking absolutely sexy as hell.
What are you done with it?
I don't know.
Lost over.
It's disappeared from the overlay, so the file must have been corrupted. But unfortunately, they had a few issues with drive shaft and such. But I think Reese Lloyd came back in the Uncle Snet Saloons and got a decent result.
Yeah.
But that is the car in question, pictured at the Brit Car Media Day. But it looks absolutely fantastic.
It looks lovely in plain white like that, doesn't it? But have you seen the new livery on it?
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to show off, but for some reason, the picture's bloody disappeared.
If anyone, that is proper Opel racing colours, isn't it? Ooh.
That was proper old
like it.
And in the trophy race on Sunday, I think my driver of the race would be Kester Cook, but it produced images like this, so obviously multiple classes of cars. But Paul
like synchronised wheel cocking.
It is. I mean, Paul Kester, he had a misfire in qualifying, had to start at the back, and I think halfway round lap one, he was halfway up the grid, drove a fantastic race, and ended up battling with the two Darkside Development guys. And I believe he got his second on the podium.
Nice.
And I mean, that bloke can pedal.
He can pedal, and it's a brilliant car.
And we all know that Fiesta's made him done funny things in the past, hasn't it?
Absolutely. And I know he's struggling a bit with setup because he's had to remove some of the aerodynamic stuff off the car to come down a class, which is fair enough. But it's removed a bit of stability, in particular on the faster corners.
Thing is, he's not the only one that's had that problems. We noticed the dark side boys, because you can't have big wings and things like that in Brit Car.
Well, you can. Well, you
can, but
it's such a weird system. It basically asks you what upgrades you've got on your car and the power and such like, and then it sticks you in a category according to what you've got.
We've spoken to a few people, because we were talking to James Alford from when we went to that test day with Amigo, and he was saying how he's had to remove the wings. I know the Dark Side Development boys have had to remove the wings off their TT and their Golf, and there is I saw a picture earlier from the Dark Side boys with the I think it was Ryan driving the Golf, or one of the twins. I get them wrong every time, but he was facing the wrong way. I think his sat nav went a bit doolally, and he was facing the wrong way on the grid. But again, he's had to remove the wing and stuff off the car. And like you say, if Kester's had to play with aero as well, then maybe it's I don't know. Rules is rules.
Yeah, definitely. Comment here from Matt Cleary. The Saloons grid was absolutely awesome. That Clio V6 was absolutely amazing.
Okay.
You can just see it in the background there. One of the original
yeah.
Renault Sport Clio V6s, which also made an appearance at the MSVR Media Day that they had recently as well. Beautifully prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, good looking car that.
But for pictures,
Nice.
I mean that trophy grid, the area motorsport golfs in there with the Ginettas. I mean, poor Rob Baker, he was going so well, qualified on the front row in his golf. And I think the last I saw, it was in an absolute cloud of smoke with 10 minutes to go. He was right up there. He's a class driver. He's won Civic Cup in the past. But unfortunately, from what I could read on the race report afterwards, the downpipe came off the turbo and blew hot air over the brake system.
That's helpful.
Which caused a bit of smoke, unfortunately. So, but apparently it is repairable. The SVG Motorsport guys won overall in the Ginetta G56 Academy car. A brilliant drive by the Mark Lees transport car as well. So, yes, a very promising start for Trophy. There was a little bit of action at the back, which you may have seen some videos on Facebook. But I want to keep.
You mean we're not going to be? You mean we're not going to be controversial and start the year with a video?
No, because we've got some. Well, we are going to have some video of the ambassadors going fast by the Pitwall Snet. But I want to start off on quite a positive note. I think overall, the driving standards were pretty good across all of the races.
Yeah, you certainly can't govern it on one incident, can you? So.
Yeah, you can't govern it on one incident, and you've got to put into perspective. Last year was a pretty bad year, and I think this year they're going to clamp down on it a bit more in terms of if there is a bit of action happening that's a bit unwarranted.
Well, again, first weekend back for everybody as well, isn't it? So
yeah, so everyone is going to be a bit rusty.
Let's not jump down jump to any conclusions now, everybody.
Too early for that now, isn't it?
Too early for that, exactly.
Let's give it a few weeks.
Comment from Jamie Peter Ennis. Kester won his class in race one. He passed 39 cars. The guy's a class act. Absolute class act in that Fiesta.
Yeah, but let's be honest, he could have passed 40, shouldn't he? Joking.
Charlie Polk asked how's Mini now. We are going to come to that, actually. We are going to come to that.
You have to save the questions for the Q&A.
Yeah, save the questions for the Q&A. Johnny Berry disagrees. He prefers the international pit. I don't know. The problem is
there's no room. There's no room in the international pits.
Well, I look at it in a nostalgic way. I mean, everything I've watched at Silverstone since I was a kid was at that national pit, so it kind of brings a bit of that back for me. Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't know why the wing was built to be the new pit straight. As a facility, yeah, brilliant, but maybe...
The international wing is a lovely place, and obviously for Formula One and all the big fancy stuff, you need a big showboaty, showcasey building. It's definitely good for that, but as you say, for me, the national side of it is definitely the nostalgic touring cars, coming into that complex. Yeah, certainly Cleland and Sober had an incident. And,
exactly. Jamie Moore of NJM Racing comments, how's Steph and Nick's OnlyFans coming on?
Wait, this isn't the Q&A section. He'll find out later. He did subscribe earlier. I did see that. He's already requested two one-on-one videos from myself. So
nice.
Absolutely, that's Jesus. No one wants to. No one wants to watch that, I'm sure. Right, the next section we are going to start.
Jamie did. He requested it earlier.
So did. We got loads of content on the weekend, so it'll be all right.
We've got some good content. Right, I'm going to start off this next section with two pretty good flyby videos. So let's just play them and we'll give you a little flavour of what we got up to at Snetterton. Caught you off guard, haven't I, Steph?
Yeah.
I was wondering. That, I'm sorry, I've got to say it now, is you've got standard road cards, you've got racy cars, proper race cars, and then you've just got that fucking rocket ship of that Audi. That's the only way you could describe it. That thing is a rocket.
It was an absolute, we're back as well, it nearly took my face off Nearly so seriously, so that particular video was from my movie cam.
Yeah.
And I just popped it on the wall, and you sort of look left, and you look at the cars coming, and I hug the wall. This guy was scraping. Nick Vaughan was scraping the wall, and the wing probably could have shaved my beard off if he wanted to.
If it took your luscious long locks off, that would have been brilliant.
That would have been painful. But yes, he was hugging it quite close to the wall. But he did have quite an entertaining day, didn't he, gents? We'll come on to that in a sec. Let's have a look at the second video.
Oh, I recognise that car.
That was the Mini.
That was the Mini.
It wasn't it? Tearing down there.
So, guys, what happened was we descended upon Snetterton Race Circuit on what was a beautiful day, absolute clear skies, sunshine. Wouldn't have thought
Bloody
it was a
lovely.
March day. It was absolutely lovely, and we got together with the ambassadors and the partners.
Yes, we did. It was so good. So good. It's been a long time in the making. Part of the package of being part of one of our ambassadors this year was that you got a pre-season track day courtesy of ourselves, and it was just really good to get everybody together. As I say, we had probably 90% of our partners there. The 3 guys came along, 2 of them with their cars. Unfortunately, Dan's Civic was a no-show, but I mean, nonetheless, he was there and he was an absolute trooper all day. I think his mate brought his track McGann along, so he was helping him out in that. But no, it was just so good to, get everybody together, meet all the ambassadors, as well as test the cars, tinker with everything. Just a really bloody good day, and the weather was fantastic. So I'd almost say it was the perfect day, really.
Yeah, Steph, how did you find it?
Yeah, it was good. It was much like, unfortunately, last year, with COVID and everything, when we started the ambassador program, we had to do everything on Zoom and all the rest of it. So it was nice to be able to do something like this and meet everyone in person. And we met up the night before and had some food and stuff. So it was good fun, just getting to know everyone. And then we hit the track day, and it was track day with race cars and having fun and making loads of noise.
Worst ways to earn money, eh, mate?
So it was it was a really good day. Really good day for the ambassador stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Cameron Bell says it was an absolutely wicked day. I don't know if we should save this for the Q&A session, Steph. You may as well just get it out now. So how many brake horsepowers did the Mini bake on Monday on the official MSV lottery number machine?
Well, the lottery number, yeah. You need like one of those... what are they called? Just...
Yeah, I know what you mean. The little wire wheel.
There they are.
There you go.
So we made 180 this time.
There we go. Although to be fair, you've got a freshly rebuilt engine from MJA Race Engines. You've got rid of the dual mass flywheel that was absolutely hanging off its arse. So maybe it was a bit closer to the power you had. You don't trust it.
Well, when you put it on the fly, on the rolling road, we're roughly the same. But on the hub dyno, we've jumped up 30 brake. So I don't know. I don't understand. It's all magic to me. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. It's very random.
As I said to you on the day, wasn't it? Let's just hope that everybody else is in the same boat as you.
Yeah, exactly. It just puts us in a weird place. We're kind of in that place now where we either, to try and be at the top of the categories, the classes, we either need to lose 50 kilos or gain 50 kilos. So it's just put us in that weird middle ground where you've got to decide what you want to... Well, I mean, there's only one direction we're going to go, but, it's a lot more... I thought we would be a bit closer to one so we could tweak it rather than we've got to go quite extreme. So it is what it is. It is what it is, and we'll make it work, but...
Yeah,
it's just been annoying.
You did have a bit of difficulty on the days leading up to it, though, didn't you, with the dyno tune?
Yeah, so it'll all be in the vlog if no one's watching this or get bored of listening to me ramble on here. But so on the dyno day, we took it up there. They went to run it in. It wasn't running very well, so they put it back to a standard map, and it was running okay. So they ran it in for a couple of hours, and then change the oil and stuff, and then put it back on and start to tune it. And then the air-fuel ratio was all over the place, and it couldn't hold fuel, a stable level of fuel. So they were trying to figure it out. Eventually, obviously, the guys at Hybrid Tune know exactly what they're doing, so they figured it out pretty quickly that the map sensor had broken. So I managed to get hold of one, sent me out to go get it. Got it back, got it fitted, and it turned out that the Mini's got 2 map sensors. And even though they requested the right one with the right part number and everything, they still managed. They gave me the other one. So unfortunately, it was never going to work. And by then, it was too late to do anything about it. So the guys, massive thank you to them. I had a very busy week, and they just said leave it with us, and we'll sort it out. Come get it before your track day on Monday. So we left it there. They managed to squeeze it in for a week, sorted everything out. Also, when it was coming off the rollers, the clutch went and dumped brake fluid all over the rollers, so sorry about that. But they also fixed that for us as well. And then it was ready Monday. It was bang on. So they did a good job, very good job. Andrew with the engine did an awesome job, and then just had some teething issues with the car throughout the day. The front brakes were binding, but we think that was probably down to the drive shaft starting to fail, overheating. And eventually the drive shaft went in the afternoon, late afternoon. So
yeah,
things happen.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't go completely. You weren't. It wasn't a red flag. Yeah,
no. Luckily, it's happened a few times now, so I know what it feels like. So as soon as it started to go, we managed to just slow right down and bring it back in and stick it on the trailer without having to push it. So
exactly.
I mean, for me, I think it was nice, and it's testament to the guys, like I say, at MJA and Hybrid Tune, that it was nice for you to experience the drive shaft failing for a change.
Yeah.
You actually had enough running time for it to fail, which is
still
great.
It still came home with the spare supercharger belt. It didn't get used.
Went home with spare belts.
It went home with the spare belts that we went with. So it's a win-win in our books.
That's it.
So went home with spare belt and immediately bought lottery ticket.
Yeah.
There we go. Patrick Seal,
got some more grinding discs.
Yeah. Patrick Seal, hey, those dyno boys for MSV are well known for producing extremely accurate results. Ian Biz Village joins us. Good evening, Biz.
Even Ian. I love the banter for the dyno guys. Surely they must see some of this and be like, no, it is accurate.
Oh yeah, because they're definitely watching this show, aren't they?
Wow.
Yeah. James Alford,
every year.
James Alford, oi. Listening in with subtitles at a kids' singing concert. Dying for some inappropriateness, please. Well, if you are looking for some inappropriateness, if you get yourself onto OnlyFans just while Steph is dying there. And,
so if you can't hear us, we should just say James Alford has a shit VW Golf. See if that comes out.
Jesus Christ. Johnny Berry, isn't 180 stock for those? I had 202 with no map and bolt-ons. Depends.
Is that the fly or the wheels? The fly on the rollers were at 236. At the hubs were at 180.
Yeah. Which to be fair.
But that's more the numbers I was expecting last year.
Yeah.
And I ended up with 152 last year.
Yeah, but then to be fair...
But was that when they tested it or a week after?
No. So the first time was 170, and then they emailed saying it's 165, and then we got spot checked at Snetterton, and it was 152.
Yeah, I think at that point the dual mass flywheel was like, no more.
Yeah, I mean, it does make a huge amount, but I don't know. This is all I'm sure. It may be absolutely fine, and I'm just finding excuses as race drivers do. But
now you said you had some brake issues at Snetterton earlier in the day, Steph. If you want to sort those brake issues, of course, us at ClubRacingUK have just sorted out a deal with EBC Brakes. So thank you very much to those guys. In particular with their RP1 racing pads and their RPX racing pads. So they're going to be supporting us and the ambassadors for the year with their superb brakes and items available, including calipers, big brake kits, you name it. So get in touch with EBC Racing with their dedicated motorsport pad, the RP1. The pair's high performance, unprecedented modulation and control, resulting in a trackpad that's uniquely different to the competition and allows you to extract every tenth from the braking zone. And the RPX, designed for vehicles driven hard on track, possesses a high friction level of 0.55 between 0 and 850 degrees centigrade, because everyone knows, because that's really important. And an excellent choice for sprint racing or hill climb events, where full brake performance is essential without requiring any warming up.
Excellent.
So there we go. Incidentally, if you want to get yourself a set of those pads as well, Hawk Motorsport are now stockists for EBC brakes as an independently owned and managed leader in the brake market. Proud of its customers, its products, its success, and its people. EBC Brakes produce the largest range of brake pads, and with Hawk Motorsport, if you spend over 150 quid, you get free delivery on everything. Okay? So get yourself to hawkmotorsport.co.uk and get yourself some bargains on their website.
Boys, we're sponsored by EBC. How good is that?
That is mega cool.
We've actually got club sponsorship now. I'm so well. I say now we've had a few cool companies on board. Square Race and Road, for instance, and Vehicle Tech Mobile. But to have someone have like EBC come on board, we've got Well, everyone may have saw the announcements during the week as well. We're also being backed now by Silver Lake. How cool is this? We're going places, boys. We're going to be like
awesome.
British touring cars before you know it.
Mate, I'm not squandering $500,000 to $1 million on British touring cars. If we're having that. If we ever get that kind of money, I'm going to Australia. I don't know about you, but I'm going to Australia.
If we ever get that kind of money, guys, we'll be investing into the club racing scene now, won't we?
Exactly, in Australia.
Of course.
We'll buy our own racing tracks and all sorts.
We digress, but thank you very much to Silver Lake and EBC for coming on board. And of course, the work we do with these guys, it isn't just for our own, we do get some perks from this, I'm not going to lie, but the work that's being put into this is to give back to the club racers as much as we can.
100%.
And that's in developing relationships so we could get some second-hand parts for races so it doesn't break the bank. It's sorting out products with EBC so we can test them, make sure they're suitable for the club racer, and they also sponsor many club racing cars already as well. So keep an eye out for some content there as well. We'll be showing the products they use so you can use them on your race car, okay? And especially with Silver Lake, times are changing in terms of fuel costs and everything like that. So if you could save a few quid getting second-hand parts for the race car that have been quality checked, that have a history that's tracked and recorded and changed, we've partnered with Silver Lake specifically to do that. So we have got a racer in mind.
So me and Nick went on a tour. We went on a tour around Silver Lake. They invited us up there, and I think it's exceptionally good for spare panels. So obviously we have a little bit of damage here and there, a little bit of rubbing here and there. So a spare panel is always handy, but you don't always buy brand new. But their panels, even though it's for race cars, so it's not overly important, but the care they put into their panels, the panels will get removed. They go on a padded trolley straight away. If they're stored, they're stored in a padded storeroom. If they're then packaged, they're packaged on a padded table. There's loads of padding on it. They then don't trust DHL, UPS, Royal Mail. They will then put them in their padded vans and deliver them to your door themselves to make sure that the panels are ready to, if you're getting repainted, so they just get repainted. There's no having to get dents out or scratches and all the rest of it. So, but it's the same with all their products. Everything, they're not just cut and rip it out. Everything's taken out with care and made sure that it's ready to be used straight away and no messing about and disappointment. So if you're thinking about it, go check them out.
Absolutely.
The thing, just while we're on the plugging side of it, I will say as well, for me, I was mightily impressed about everything's traceable as well. So if you have any obviously it comes with a warranty, things like that as well. If you want to know the history of your part, what car it's come from, this, that, and the other, and what's actually happened to it, Silver Lake have all these details. So you are buying with confidence from them, and they ship, internationally. So, doesn't matter where you are. If you want a part for your race car, give them a shout.
Yeah, and like you said, Nick, I mean, these guys have their own fleet of Sprinter vans, so your parts get delivered by Silver Lake. They don't trust couriers. I will mention as well, because I also want to mention Turn 7 in this, because they're closing for a week in some extraordinary efforts, especially around the motorsport community. Silver Lake have done this already, but they're delivering aid to the borders of Poland for the people that are getting bombed the shit out of the Russians in Ukraine. So if they're going and doing those, they must be some brilliant guys if they're going to do that and helping out the guys in Ukraine at the moment. So
hats off to those guys.
Hats off to them. Hats off to them. Right, shall we move on to the Club Racing UK question and answer session? Shall we answer some questions? Well, we have had a bit of a session. We're 30 minutes to go. Yeah. Okay, guys. First question is from Duncan Harris, who actually asked me this at the weekend. What do Motorsport UK actually do for the club racer apart from charge you a license fee?
Very good question.
It's a very good question. I mean,
that's definitely your type of question, Rob.
It's my type of question, is it? Well, from what I could gather, you can get some perks, supposedly 10% off for Halfords, Specsavers, a few bits like that. When you actually speak to other racers, though, I am of the belief that it is very difficult to obtain those discounts, especially with, I think it was Specsavers. There were eye tests.
There was a lot of clauses that didn't actually.
There was a lot of clauses in there which really. Yeah, didn't. But I'll be honest.
That's not answering the question. That's just bashing, Rob.
It's no. I'm putting a fair point across there, because you have to be subjective about it. Now, obviously, Motorsport UK do train and they do supply clerks, of course, scrutineers, people like that, and we have to be fair with that. My personal opinion, because it is a question and answer, so you're going to get my personal opinion. I think Motorsport UK needs to do more, in particular for the club racers. I get that we have a big international professional driver set up. We have a lot of very good British GT drivers, racing internationally, paid professional drivers that we do need to throw support behind. But I think when you've got 10 clubs doing club racing, you need to put a bit more support behind them. Go on, Nick.
Well, I was going to say there's a reason we're all sat here doing what we do every Wednesday night like this, or every other Wednesday night, and the things we do. For me, they definitely need to shout out more about club racing. But then, hey, we found a little gap in the market, and that's why we're here talking shit about racing every other night, every other weekend. Every other week, whichever.
But you have an accident through them, you can claim on insurance, can you not?
I think so. I mean, to be honest,
would that be like another one, like the discount? Yes, we are insured, but claiming it back.
I mean, there's a bigger picture, isn't it? Obviously, they issue the permits for us to go racing. They issue. There's a lot of admin. Everything involved with everybody that's registered.
Well, they do their track inspections, I know, so they're inspected by the track. I
think the only thing is, like we said, we don't see it, do we? We get a shiny license at the beginning of the year, and everyone posts them on Instagram. Yeah. Oh look, I've got my race license, and then we get to go racing throughout the year. That's, without that, none of us go racing, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, certainly that question itself has drawn a lot of thought from myself, and it's one thing that I want to do throughout the year is actually try and interact with Motorsport UK and find out just how much
what goes where.
Yeah, what goes where, what role they take, and what they do. Certainly for the club racer, and it'd be interesting to know, because I want to find the answers.
It's quite a good question. I know this is a Q&A, and ideally we'd be answering said Q's with A's, but it's quite vague, isn't it? Not many people really know what they get for their license fees. I mean, if anyone knows the exact destination of where all our fees go and what it all goes towards, etc., please get it in the comments right now or whatever, if you can enlighten us a bit more. But from what everyone is saying, and from what we can see, it's purely the fact it just gives you the the all clear to go racing around the UK.
Absolutely. Right, let's move on. Next question from Scott Woodwist, the BRSEC PR man. Scott, we will see you on Sunday at Silverstone. I'm coming up to do some filming for various vlogs on the ClubRacingUK
Yes.
YouTube. I will come and
We'll all be
speak
up.
to you. I will come and speak to you. Now, Scott says, which championships and series are you guys looking forward to for each of the racing clubs across the UK? Nick, you start.
Oh, I mean, I'm looking. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of One Make Series, so I mean, I'm quite looking forward to the likes of 116 Trophy, any of the Mazda Championships are looking good.
Yep.
Huge grids,
Yep.
which will be good. Obviously, it goes without saying. Obviously, this weekend most of us are going up to see it. We're hopefully going to go see the Super Tourers with the CTCRC this year.
That's the weekend after, Nick.
I thought it was this weekend.
No, Modified Fords is this weekend.
Oh, it's just Mod 4s this weekend. Okay, well, the following weekend.
The BRSEC meeting, and it's, weekend.
Yeah, well, Mod 4s as well is another good one, but that's only because there's lots of cool cars in there, which would be good. And someone might be gracing them with their presence in the year.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Maybe, for me, there's just tons of cool racing going on. Any One Make Series for me, I'm looking forward to. Civic Cup, Type R Trophy, they'll be good ones.
Absolutely. Steph, what about you, mate?
Yeah.
I think Nick's reeled them all off, is he not?
Yeah, pretty much.
Not all of them.
I'm pretty much the same. I'm a similar boat. Civic Cup, Type R Trophy. Looking forward to that this year. Looking forward to Modified Fords. I'm at heart a bit more of a Ford guy, and I like the layout of it. So I do like the Modified Fords. And Super Tours that's just going to be awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again from there, I mean, it'd be good fun to hopefully be a part or in one way or another and see 124 hour. We haven't done a 24 hour yet, so 70 KA, there's a chance we could be a part of that, or at least there to be a part of it. So that'd be good fun to be part of a 24 hour race. And yeah, what's yours, Rob?
Obviously, I'm looking forward to the Mod 4s because I'm racing in it. The entry fee system appeals to me, and the hard work that goes on behind the scenes with Paul. I think the resurgence of the BRSEC continuing. They've put in since Paul McCullen's been in charge, and you've got a lot of series moving over to the BRSEC. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they do as well. The live streaming adds to it as well.
Yeah, fresh rebrand as well.
Yeah,
fresh look as well.
Fresh rebrand as well. So there's going to be
lots of things going on over there.
A lot of live streaming going on as well. I've just actually wrote in the latest column for Motor Racing UK magazine about One Make Racing. So, like you said, the likes of Civic Cup and Type R Trophy. I'm looking forward to seeing how the foundation gets on with the 750 Motor Club. I think that's going to introduce a lot of new races onto the grid. With the Clios this year, particularly, we spoke about the Type R Trophy on the last show, and I think the Clios are looking good as well.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to the various battles with the endurance stuff. So we watched a good start with the Brit Car Trophy last weekend, and we'll hopefully see more with the 750 Motor Club, the likes of Club Enduro as well, Road Sports, TDT, and Type R.
Yeah.
And Tractor Championship continuing with the endurance stuff.
I should add that in actually. TDT, TDC, I'll be keen to keep a good eye on. Obviously, it's no secret the rusty, trusty Vauxhall Vectra is coming back, so I'll be keeping my eyes open for a series that could slot in nicely and actually be competitive in throughout this year, with an aim to maybe go out for a few events next year in it. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Any suggestions where a rusty saloon might rock up quite nicely and be competitive?
Yeah, exactly.
Get them in the comments below.
Yep. Right.
Maxims.
Next question from Cameron Bell. You guys have a Ford, a Vauxhall, and a Mini. If you were all to sell up and pitch in, what car and what club racing series would you enter?
Well,
Maybe
if we all
should have
pitched
talked
in
about
to
this
get,
before the show.
if we all sold up, I reckon that would total about £5.72 and a bag of Haribo. So we ain't going very far, are we?
He's right, you know.
Not wrong, am I?
He's
Oh,
not
that's
wrong.
a very good question, though.
It is a very good question. Okay, so
I mean,
all right, let's give ourselves a bit of a budget. Let's say our cars are absolutely tin top spec. We sell them for about £8,000 each. Pitch it in. So what does that give us? 24 grand.
Yeah.
8, 16, 24 grand.
way maths with Robert Lewis.
Okay, so that's
What can you get for 24 grand?
what can you
Not
get
a
for
lot.
24 grand?
Give me a minute. I'm going on Race Cars Direct. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, look. All right. So as much as we joke about it, we'll 100% go and do Type R Trophy, Civic Cup, something like that.
What? That all three of us would drive. All three of us have got to drive it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
really?
do one weekend. You do another weekend. Steph does another weekend.
Okay. Well, yeah.
He doesn't specify that we all have to race it in the same race weekend.
Yeah.
What a silly price structure Race Cars Direct has got.
Yeah, a little
We've
bit.
got between £1 and 10,000 and then 10,000 and 50,000.
Well, Patrick Seal makes a point. A BMW E46 M3 from Red Seal Racing, and you get changed too. So going by that, right? Going by that, I wouldn't buy the BMW. I would buy one of the Middle Eastern Holden race cars, and I'd go race it in Club Enduro with these two. But I don't think we could afford the fuel bill.
You wouldn't get it for 24 grand though, would you?
Although saying that, there was one for sale for about 20. Needed a little bit of work doing to it, but
I would agree with you there. Oh yeah, what with the other two drivers that are in it?
Well, no, VW Cup doesn't exist anymore.
It's even better then, is it?
Yeah, it's Gonski. It's Gonski. Have we lost Steph?
He's frozen. His
Steph is
computer's just crashed at the thought of selling the Mini and buying another race car. I mean, no. In all seriousness, though, I mean, it would make total sense, wouldn't it, to buy a well-proven race car? So something along the line. I mean, you wouldn't buy a BMW M3, would you? The old S54 lump in it. You would definitely not buy it for 24 grand.
No.
I mean, we maybe could be a little bit more generous and stretch to 30, but you're still not going to get one of those for that.
Jamie Peter Ennis says, buy a Fun Cup car.
Oh, bloody hell, they're just as expensive. Go on, how much is a Fun Cup car there, Jamie? Go on, let us know.
Yeah,
I bet you wouldn't. I bet you wouldn't get much for 24 grand out of that.
You've got to make sure you get the car, the spares, and being able to run it for a season. Realistically, we've lost Steph.
Definitely lost Steph. We've definitely lost Steph. Well, hey, my internet's outweighed him. No, but I mean, in all honesty, I think something that's well proven. I mean, I'm very, very biased, obviously, towards it because I've tried it and I liked it. But the 116 trophy for me would be very good. Compact Cup would be pretty cool too. I'd enjoy that.
Yeah.
Something big with a big grid. One make series. Oh, welcome back to. We've already discussed that one. How much do you buy a Fun Cup car for, Steph?
There's one on there for 18 grand.
Oh, okay, that surprises me.
Okay, it's not bad. So there's 6 grand left over.
I will say this though, I did get a passenger lap in one of Callum's Turn 7's caterhams the other day, and I've now very much got a soft spot for a caterham.
That was so funny seeing you sat in that.
I can imagine. Was he like a big?
Did anyone get a picture of me being shoehorned into there?
It's in that.
I genuinely thought he was going to have to sell it with me in it because I definitely wasn't getting back out.
Outstanding. Michael Holt comments, actually, you could each buy a Jag and have change. Yes, but I don't think our criminal records would last long.
No.
It would, as you know,
a bit laugh, actually.
Jag, you do have to become a criminal.
You could get an MX-5.
Yeah, I mean, again, one make MX-5 would be cool. Something fun like that.
So, tell you what, talking of Jags, let's move on to our next question. Mike Seaborn. Inspired by the renaissance of the Jag series, which looks set of a grid of 25 plus on the grid at Silverstone next week, what series are dead/dying that you would like to see return to full strength? Stefan.
Ooh.
That is definitely a Rob question. You're coming to me.
Why is it a me question?
Because you
Oh.
look and you're engaged with nearly every series that are going in Club Racing.
I would like to see the resurgence of the 2CVs.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. I bloody knew. I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going to go there. But that's not my answer.
What's your answer?
I'm glad to see the Jags coming back. Would be good.
The Jags,
it's good.
cool.
It's good to see the Jags coming back. My answer will surprise you because when the series was kind of in its heyday, it was on the Buck sort of calendar. It was mainly full of Vauxhall Astras. And it's kind of, I want to see the return of genuine Group N racing, so production style racing. So you used to have like the Dunlop Sport Max Cup, which was Group N looking Astras, Corsas, Focuses, and they used to run predominantly with BARC, but all through the 90s you had a genuine showroom car looking championship where not a lot was done to the cars. It was genuine showroom spec, almost like the production class, a little bit withdrawn from that. I want to see genuine Group N racing back because I think that would be very cool because even now...
although, let's be serious.
Okay.
Let's think about what kind of cars would be a £15,000. Well, I mean, what's a new car these days? It's gonna be 20 grand, isn't it?
I know you couldn't use modern day used cars now. You couldn't use modern day cars now for that kind of series.
It'll be shit, isn't it? We'll be racing like 1.2 Polos and stuff.
Yeah, but okay.
Financed by Bank of Mum and Dad.
Yeah.
Okay, but going with that...
No, I kind of agree with you on that one, Rob. That's pretty good.
You could almost set a limit of 5 to 15 years old, have certain classes. I mean, it's what the original 24-hour race at Snetterton in the 90s and the 80s, the wheel hire 24 hours, was all production-based cars absolutely going for it. Yeah. And you had different class cars there. It helped with the budget because they were road-going base. You just had to sort of change the time. Scott Woodward, bang on, Slick 50 road saloons. That's what he wants to see back as well. But Johnny Berry comments, Dacia Sandero.
We definitely don't need to see any Dacia Sanderos.
We need to see everything Dacia Sandero. That would be a cheap one-make series.
We don't need any more cheap one-make series. We don't need any more cheap one-make series. No, it wouldn't. It'd be fucking boring. Let's not beat around the bush. We've already got enough cheap one-make race series. We do not need the Dacia Sanderos.
Well, cheaper. You're not allowed to say cheap. Cheaper. Very expensive. Right, next question. All Square Racing Road. Where do you see Club Racing UK in 5 years?
Ooh.
Why is that gone? Okay.
That's a very good question. Well, we discussed it a little bit the other day, didn't we? In the at the Ambassador Day, I'd like to see us in a position. Obviously, right now we're fans, and we shout about club racing for you guys as much as we can to share the love. I'd like us to have some meaningful impact on the direction of club racing. Maybe even have a foot in the door of a governing body that could help speak for the little guy, the club racer, and obviously be making tons of money with lots of race cars and stuff like that in our stable. But in all seriousness now, I'd like to see us being we have grown into pretty much the go-to place for club level racing, haven't we? But it'd be nice to be globally known more than we are already, really. I mean, we've got this far in 5 years. We're gaining traction with sponsorship, huge member numbers, doing cool stuff. Some of the stuff we've done through this club is incredible. Some of the relationships we've built with such great guys like you guys, Chris and Vicky. Let's long may that continue. Maybe in 5 years' time, the Vector will be done as well.
You never know.
It's a bit savage. Chris Pratt, own race series.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think, I think
because I think that's it. I would like to do, as we've already stated, the Club Racing UK Festival, where we can bring the best of Club Racing UK into a nice 2, 3, 4 day event with loads of different club series, putting the best of the best on, and then we can have possibly a tournament style race or something along the lines.
Yeah.
But I think if
Something
we went into the world of making our own series, and I don't know, we're then stepping on toes and alienating ourselves from club racing.
And we don't want to do that. Basically,
we've got to be impartial, haven't we? We start hosting our own race.
But I think the key answer to this question is we'll be 5 years older. No,
shit! I will be 41. 41. Fuck.
And it's not as if he's got his hair to lose yet.
He'd be a 40-year-old YouTube sensation by then.
Well, there we go. I want to sort of add to the fact that what Nick says. I would like to have, when you say a foot in the door, I want to be able to work with the powers that be to get more for the club racer, to look at the spiralling costs, to be able to have the voice of the club racer and take it to a governing body and go, hang on a minute, guys. We've got 500-600 club racers here that are very pissed off with what you guys are doing. Well, and the rest are very pissed off to that are pricing Joe Club Racer out. Not the guy that's got loads of money, not the guy that's paying an absolute fortune to have some guy run his car for him. I mean the genuine club racer, the guy that's in his garage every night tinkering the car because he wants to go out, like Nick Vaughan, works 5-6 days a week. He's currently in his garage taking a gearbox out because he's blown the differ. That's a genuine club racer. Absolutely. I mean, to me, that is. And I get quite impassioned with this. But that's... Are
you sure? I don't think anybody's realised this, Rob.
No.
I get, something like that, you want to carry the voice and you want to, show how good club racing is to the world, and B, you want to make sure that the people participating in it are genuinely looked after and not just sucked dry like a fucking cash cow. Because at the end of the day, if you keep doing that, it's just going to piss people off and people are going to leave the sport, and you don't want that. You need more people coming in. The next generation has got to come in, and you can't keep alienating them by putting the fucking costs up.
So Rob, I think you've digressed a little bit there. What would you like to do in 5 years' time?
I want to go on holiday.
Yeah.
I want to be able to be in a position where we're working with organising clubs and have a structure in place.
So let's summarise that. So for me, I'd like us to be the go-to place for everybody. If someone goes, I want to go racing, they know to come to us. As Steph said, the Club Racing UK Festival, that is something we're going to start working on very soon. But yeah, in 5 years' time, hopefully that is a 3-day event of partying, live music, racing, and lots of showcasing of people's products and race series. And Rob wants a holiday.
Yeah.
Business plan made on a podcast.
Yeah. On a serious note, I want us to be able to carry the voice of the to the governing bodies and sort out
TV show Rags to Racetrack would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. It would. So yeah, lots of things on the cards, gents. Lots of things on the cards. Audi Club Racer, Club Racing UK live show at Autosport, displaying the best Club Racing UK cars on the grid.
Not a chance. No chance. We're going to go bigger and better than Autosport, mate. Watch this space.
Create our own.
No, they only care about Formula One and money.
That's exactly it. It's exactly it.
And
Club Racing UK was born from an Autosport show because they just cater for the rich and wealthy. So we're doing it. We're doing it. Watch this space, everyone.
We'll make a show far better than Autosport. And
yeah.
What's Autosport? That's what it would be.
Yeah. Where's the...
John Bevan, has the Mini through a belt yet? Well, we answered that. No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
Not yet.
No, but don't dismiss that question. That is a fair question. In the time that we answered it to now, there's always been a fair chance that the belt would throw itself off again anyway. So no, at this point, no.
I'll let you know in the morning when I see the car again.
Matt Clary, explain the offside rule.
You're on your own there.
Okay.
Isn't that where the line of defence, if the ball is played and someone's behind it, then they get told off?
Exactly.
That's pretty much it. Well done.
That's pretty much it.
Look at that. The least most football-friendly guy in the room.
Exactly.
Just explained the offside rule.
You say that, but when we was watching England, you were jumping up and down like a madman.
I'm patriotic. It doesn't mean I like fucking football.
Oh God, he's
I'm not a fan of Wendy Ball. You are.
You had tears rolling down your face when we got knocked out.
I was pissed at Goodwood.
You cried at Goodwood when England got their asses handed to them.
I've done many a thing at Goodwood, mate. Crying because England lost some sad sport is probably the least of my worrying memories.
But you cried over that sad sport, Nick.
It might have been crying. It might have been that because of COVID, wasn't allowed inside the hotel, and we had to stand on a fucking lawn in front of a massive screen whilst it was pissing down with rain for 4 hours, and we were soaked through. But I'm taking his tears.
It was good. It was good. It was fun.
It was good up until that last moment, and then we're like, nah, fuck it, let's go.
Let's go.
Right. Anyhow. Next question. Wrighton Racing. What do you get out of racing the most? Is it the participation, the close racing, the community of like-minded people, the opportunity to build something a little out of the box, and most importantly, are onboard snacks and a cup holder while racing legal?
There's a lot going on in that question.
I learned on Monday that you can continue to eat biscuits whilst having a helmet on. So
you can, can't you? Yes.
You can take biscuits with you. I think that's a winner.
Yeah.
What's the rest of it?
I mean, a cup holder. That's a cracking idea.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what though? Wait. No. If you put a cup holder in, you can then go on to www.clubracinguk.co.uk/merchandise, and then you'll see that we sell race bottles. So you could buy one of them to put in your cup holder.
Nailed it.
There we go. Right, so now we've answered that question. So
we've answered the cup holder in question.
What do you get out of racing the most?
Financial instability, anxiety, bankruptcy, depressed, misery. No, not at all. That's a joke. Everybody, racing is fun.
Apart from that, love being at the race, love being around all your mates, all your friends, having a good time, getting involved. Love the community of club racing. Something's going wrong, everyone's there, jumping in. Love the racing, love being door to door. Love the smell, love the sound. Just don't like putting supercharged belts on a Mini.
That last bit just absolutely nailed it.
If we can just make sure that doesn't happen, I'll have a good year.
Absolutely.
I 100% agree with Steph on that. The community, you just can't beat a race weekend. I'm sorry, you just can't. I haven't raced for over a year nearly properly, like on and off I've done it, but even just being there with your mates, as you say, the sights, the sounds, the smells, everybody chipping in to help everybody out. It's just, yeah. And at the end of the day, all talking about that brilliant move you made on someone, or going off, spinning off and narrowly missing the barrier, etc. Everything. Seeing the people, it's just, you can't beat it.
I think every club racing meeting, it should be compulsory after the day of racing that there's a club barbecue and everyone goes and has the barbecue and then goes home the next day.
Yeah, but there used to be. Obviously, with the world falling out its own arse, it's been a thing of the past. But we definitely need clubs to bring that back.
Yeah.
Obviously, one-day events and stuff like that doesn't necessarily happen. But
Yeah,
I
but
remember when I was
it
hanging
should
around
be.
with the classic touring cars, Saturday night barbecue was, as much of a highlight as the racing was the next day or the day you've just done. All having
Yeah.
a barbecue, little can of Coke or what have you. Other cans are available. And just having a good old chinwag with everyone. It was, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The only thing I'll add to that as well, which is even when times have been tough on the racetrack, it's been good this year. You find out who your mates are because they're the ones that jump around and really help you get on your way again. And I've had that a lot. And having your family there as well and having the family involved. I mean, like my missus and my sister and everyone, like even my little niece is running now like a mad person looking at the race car. It's pretty cool, especially getting the family involved. And the great thing was, Alton Park, we had a shit weekend, but that was the first time my dad's ever went to any of my race meetings. He'd not been there before. Now he's hooked. And afterwards, I was just quietly standing there. Okay, the car was in bits. I didn't have quite a good time. But he kind of sort of walked up to me and went, yeah, I kind of get why you do this now. Because he could feel the buzz. He could feel the atmosphere. And that was just absolutely spot on. And I'm looking forward to doing more of that this year.
Fair play to you, mate. What's it like?
What's what like?
Having a dad.
Having a dad.
All right. Let's not get touch some motion now, shall we?
Yeah,
Oh, I love it.
Okay, let's
Hold on a second. I'm going to go off and cry.
Yeah.
I will be back.
Yeah, let's
He's gonna
find
cry.
let's find another question for Nick the Orphan. Right, this is a good one. Carl Barton, also known as Project Vinny on Instagram. Good evening, Carl. Good to catch up with you at the weekend. What race car would you love to try that you have not tried as of yet? Now, Nick's trying to blag a driving anything going. We all know that.
Yeah.
What race car?
How extreme are we going though? Are we going?
Any. Tell you what, let's just go
something
any.
that's.
Give it. Tell you what. Not one. Give us your top five. Your top five.
Oh, that's quite hard as well, isn't it?
Top five race cars?
Definitely
Any
a
race
Sierra
cars?
RS500.
Yeah.
Aussie V8. Ooh. Actually, I like.
Why couldn't you say top three, Rob?
Yeah.
Come on, it's got to be a Focus
That's
RS
hard.
in there somewhere.
Well, yeah, but that's not. I don't know. I'd like to try a single seater as well, if you know what I mean. But I don't know which one would be the best. What would be the one you would say if you couldn't drive anything else?
Formula 4.
F1000, surely.
Formula
Go on.
4.
I'd love to give one of those
Yeah,
a go.
but yeah, true. Yeah, something like that. That'd be cool.
That's four. You've got
3.
one more.
No, I'm not doing 5. It's too much.
Oh, okay.
Too much for my brain to think about.
Too much.
Look, if you give me a choice, any car. If we go to a track and there's a load of cars, all of them, please. That's what we're going with.
Right, Nicholas, what about you?
So, obviously, my top choice for a race car is one I am actually really genuinely do want to have a go in this is the Red Seal Racing M3.
Yeah.
Really want to have a go in that. I really want to have a go in an EP3.
There might be something coming up there. I'll come on to that later.
Yeah, obviously I genuinely would like to have a go in both of those. My rusty Vauxhall would be nice. Sorry, as you've not tried yet. No, all right, the Super Touring, any Super Touring car would be pretty cool. Mark Atkinson, if you're watching this, I'd love a go in that Vectra. A Caterham, actually, judging from the other day, having a passenger lap in Callum's Caterham, I would love to have a go in a Caterham race car because it was just bizarre being that far away from the floor and the induction sock being there, and you could hear the wheels squealing directly in front of you, but you could see it. That was pretty cool. And then, yeah, for me, it'd have to be something V8 Aussie style. One of the Holden Racing guys' cars that they have over here. Give me one of those, please.
Okay.
I think that's 5. Is that 5?
Right. Yeah, that's 5. Well, I'm going to be very pedantic. It's 4 Fords and a Porsche. So.
Porsche. I'd love to go in a Porsche.
Now, the first one will be, so the 4 Fords, the first one will be an Aussie V8, but it'll be Chaz Mostert's 2014 winning Bathurst Falcon, the blue Castrol FPR one. The second one will be...
hold on.
We try to be a bit broad about it. You have to go full nerd,
around with it. And then Rob's going full nerd, times, date, who won.
He's clearly read this question and written them all out, hasn't he?
No, hell no. Hell no. This is everything off the top of my head. So the second one will be the Pertec Marcus Ambrose Falcon that won 2003-2004. So they're the 2 V8s I would drive. I would want Menu's Ford Mondeo Super Tourer. I've actually got a model of it on the shelf behind me. That he won in 2000. The fourth one would be the Dick Johnson Racing Sierra RS 500 that he won Bathurst in. So basically everything is... Yeah, okay, there was a race... Nicholas, there was a racer called Dick Johnson. Get over it.
You said Dick.
Jesus Christ, we've got children on. Neil Ashcroft, he's hit the nail on the head because the fifth car, it would be a Porsche, and it would be the Rothmans Porsche 956 mid-80s Group C. Flat 6 turbocharged.
Oh, do you know what? Thinking about it, I kept that too safe, really, didn't I?
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was any car.
The more cars you say, the more cars I'd go in it.
Yeah. That's my 5. That's my 5. If someone said you could have 5 cars, anything.
Yeah. I mean, if we, oh damn it! I can we redo the question? I want an R30. I want an R32 Skyline in there.
Yeah.
One of the.
Was it the V10 Aston GT3 car? Mm.
Oh yes. James Mansell. Is there somewhere that provides a full calendar of all club racing for all of us too lazy to do our own research?
Wow.
We could say a calendar.
Well played. Well played. I mean, it is something we'd like to do, isn't it? I'd love to develop an app that would tell you what racing's going on, where, what weekends, etc., and links to be able to get tickets and stuff and go, or talk to the groups to be able to get tickets for our members, etc., like that. As for a race, a place where you could pick to go racing, Grid Finder would be a good place to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's if you're looking to be a racer. If you're looking for clubs to go racing, very good tool that's been launched right now. If you're looking for, if you've got a particular budget, particular type of racing you want to do, definitely that kind of thing. But I'd like to develop a club race, an app that would have everybody's calendars on, and then if you want to go as a fan, it'd be more a fan based calendar than an actual racing thing. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah.
So you're kindly saying you would want to work with only fans?
What?
So you're kind of saying that you would want to work with only fans, yeah?
I guess that's what I accidentally just said.
I guess that's what you've just said. Matt Clary, again, this is a good one. You have all of your money invested in your cars. If you could start again, would you still choose the same cars?
No.
100% no.
No.
Hindsight. Matt Clary, hindsight is a brilliant thing.
It's a wonderful thing. Rule 101. Rule 101, and I was told this at the start, and I laughed and said, "Yeah, right. Buy a race-proven car, everybody."
Yeah.
Okay. Someone that you know, the history you know of the car. It's done laps. You know the insides and outs of it. Then buy that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't build your own. It's great fun. It takes years. You lose your hair, but if I could do it all over again, 100%, I'd save up and buy a race-proven car.
Yeah.
Steph?
Yeah, I wouldn't buy a Mini. No. No way. If anyone's thinking about it, you're a fucking idiot. Don't bother. You're wasting your time. Buy something else. You're just chucking your money down the drain. You don't want to be there. Well, they say some are good, some are bad, but you know, who wants that unpredictability in their life? Buy something without a supercharger.
I will say this though.
No.
It's all well and good going out buying proven race cars. We all know what the most popular race cars are. Obviously, in the previous episode, we've covered it. But there's a reason people do it, and that is because it's less stressful, but it's also
you save tons of money as well, though, don't you?
Yeah.
You'll spend way more money building your own car than you will just.
100%.
It seems expensive.
That's
buying
to be honest.
It's not.
The whole buying of a popular car isn't the thing. Don't get me wrong. If someone built my car, the Vauxhall Vectra, properly, and I knew about it, I'd still buy a saloon race car.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go out and buy the likes of an EP3, BMW, M3, etc. I like to be different. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but for my experience, my personal experience, I don't know how to build race cars. I'm an idiot. I'm a Sparky by trade who plays with roller coasters. I know nothing about cars. So thinking that building a race car by myself would be a fucking terrible idea.
Okay.
What about you?
What about me? Well, tell you what, before I come to that question, we do have some people that are offering some race cars before, and that's Paddock Motorsport. The 2022 season is fast approaching and has already started. We still have seats available in their full Arrive and Drive MX-5 Super Cup cars for single events, full entries, eligible for the BRSCC MX-5 Super Cup Clubman, and the BRSCC Club Sport Trophy. Calendar including the likes of Silverstone International, Cadwell, Snetterton, Silverstone Grand Prix, Brands Indy, Alton Park International, Donington International, and the Snet 300. And finally, paddockmotorsport.com, so it's paddock-motorsport.com. Get yourself onto the website and see what they've got ready and waiting for.
I wasn't just waving at that. I said that's what I would do instead of building my own car.
40 Racing have one last full season seat left in the Gas Shocks 116 trophy for the forthcoming season. Available is either a full season package or now open for individual rounds. The all-inclusive package is $8,995, including VAT for 6 rounds, and covers the following, which is your 6 race events, 6 test days, entry fees, race insurance, driver coaching, all consumables, all spare parts, entry management, and track support. Data and video downloads. Also, the only thing you have to pay on top is your 750 Motor Club membership at £25 and the 116 trophy driver registration fee at £125. Single rounds are also available at the following dates for £1,600 each, which is Croft, Alton Park, Silverstone, Brands Hatch, Cadwell Park, and Snetterton. These are the last places they have for the 116 trophy this year.
I was going to say, that's a full race season for just over £9,000.
That's not bad, is it? Not bad at all.
That is bang on.
You won't get
a very competitive race, a very, very competitive championship that as well.
Yeah. Right, so sorry guys, I just want to press on with time going. Audi Club Racer, find me an Audi race car for less than 35 grand. Costing for proven is huge. Now, you come to my choice. I found a cheap. From my point of view, I found a cheaper race series, built a car for that series, but unfortunately, a year or so after I joined it, we wanted to have some regulation tweaks. They weren't adhered to. There were a few cars that were a bit too ahead of the pack for various reasons. I won't go into it. And unfortunately, the championship kind of went downhill after that and eventually dissolved. So I had to spend a lot more money making my car a bit more competitive, because if I'd have left it as it was, I'd have been a sitting duck, pretty much. So, in the benefit of hindsight, I'd have been and gone EP3 or a BMW and gone and bloody raced it. They're race-proven cars. You can fit them in any championship. They're nice and versatile. Yeah, that's about it. I like to be unique. I love having the Focus. It's a great car to drive. But hindsight's a wonderful thing. I should have really got something race proven.
To what we should say, in an all serious note, I know it's Q&A for us and stuff like that, but obviously people may listen to it and are looking for genuine advice. It would definitely be do your homework before rushing into anything. Go and speak to people. Look at running costs of cars and things like that. Obviously, like you say, Rob, the Focus is a bit unique. The Vectra is unique. Steph's Mini isn't. Finding parts that are readily available, parts that fail on a regular basis, and things like that. If you buy a car that there is lots of in the club championships, then buying parts and things like that becomes cheaper. Running costs become cheaper,
and you can get proven setups.
Yeah, looking into tyres and things like that. So developing a car that's not known on the race series will cost you more. Etc. Etc. You go out and buy a Clio 182. There is umpteen million parts for them that you could buy, and someone will have a similar setup to you, and you'll be on the pace faster.
Absolutely.
Than having to spend more money. So, consumer advice: do your homework, see what's about, see what series and championships that are nearby you, things like that, where you have to travel less, etc. It's all sorts of things like that.
Absolutely. James Alford, when am I coming on the podcast? Whenever you want, pal. You get
whenever you want, mate.
We will get you to come on and discuss Britcar.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get some Britcar drivers on. Britcar trophy drivers on. Put it on our little whiteboard, Rob.
Yeah, we'll do. And Jamie Peter as well. And the Fun Cup. He wants to come on and talk Beatles.
Get that episode written down then, boys. Let's do it.
There we go. We'll do it.
For anyone listening, if you want to come on the show, just drop us a line. What do you want to talk about? A certain particular championship series, what have you? 100%. Give us a shout.
Chris Horton makes a point. If you're building your own, you'll know it inside out and should be able to fix. I get that, and that does help.
I agree with that.
That's a big positive. But when you're developing a car, last year having a lot of failures. So did Stefan and Matt with the Mini. Nick did with the Vectra. You find things out, and it does cost you. You ask any of the guys in the modified Ford paddock racing up at the front, they have spent years developing those cars. Years. Some of those cars have been racing for 20, 30 years, and they've been developed excruciatingly to a point where they are absolutely bonkers things. And it's the same with our cars, just on a smaller scale.
Yeah, we'll get to that point. I totally agree with Chris, though. If you build your own car, you know what you've got under you. Without trying to just smash Steph to pieces tonight, he is finding that with his Mini now, aren't you? Yeah. Every time something happens, you're finding that the person who built your Mini before was fucking stupid or shit at what he did.
Yeah, well, everything that's the problem with buying something without receipts and stuff. Even though receipts aren't even a guarantee because the engine can change against itself. But I was supposed to have a polished reported head. Once we stripped it down, they had polished, I don't know, about 5 mil of the inside of the inlet. That was about it. The rest of it hadn't been touched. It was supposed to have a light and flywheel on it. Still had a dual mass flywheel on it. The internals are supposed to be upgraded, all completely standard. So you can't guarantee everything you're buying is going to be what you want it to be. So
no, definitely not.
That's one of them things. You need a trusted source when you buy it from.
Absolutely. And again, that's where the homework kicks in.
Yeah. I didn't do homework. I saw, that looks cool. That's going to go fast.
Exactly. Race car. And then don't think about it.
There we go. And sometimes it's, if your heart's saying something, sometimes it's better to ignore it and just think logically with your head.
Yeah.
I have never done that in my life.
I know, but I wanted a Ford and I love the look of the Focus. Logically, I should have bought something else. But, we're here now. It's a wonderful thing. And I'll tell you what, this year we're going to have some fun. That's one thing.
Lots of fun. We've got a
we have a really cool season lined up, and I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to it. Looking
brilliant.
forward to it. Neil Ashcroft says, if you buy a second-hand car, you will spend a lot on it regardless, and that's fair enough, Neil. That's also 100%.
I think it goes without saying, isn't it? At the end of the day, racing is expensive, no matter what. But we're just trying to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's consumer advice, isn't it? Just to, what's the word? Expending it wisely. No matter what you're going to do, you're going to spend a lot of money. So let's not beat around that bush. But if you can save up that bit more, spend a bit more on something, on a proven product, it could save you money in the long run. But reality, you're never really going to know. So good luck, everyone.
Exactly.
I think it's just as well. Again, we're digressing a little bit on this, but another thing is people's situations are different. Like Audi Club Racer said a minute ago, trying to buy a car outright. I could never afford to buy a car outright. The reason I opted to build my Vectra bit by bit is because I could buy one part at a time and bolt it on. Yeah. And all right, I could have sat on my hands. Yeah, but I could have sat on my hands for 5 years and save. Got myself 5-6 grand, and then buy a car. But I'm an impatient shit, and I want things now. So it was much more fun for me building, bolting stuff together, painting it. That's pretty much all I did.
It depends on your own ambition. If you just want to get a race car, go out there, have fun, enjoy being in the paddock, and have a good laugh, then do what you got to do. It doesn't matter. It depends on what grid, what series you're in, and all the rest of it, of how much money you're going to chuck it and how seriously you take it. But we all do it as a hobby, so let's all have fun and enjoy it, people.
Just have fun and enjoy it.
Absolutely, guys. Final question here. That I think we're just getting through to the end of our questions, but we've got a final question here from Audi Club Racer that was actually asked earlier in the week. Can there be a section for someone new to racing to access the answers, every question possible for someone getting into racing? All of the questions and answers from real drivers and teams. Even in the last few years, there hasn't been a single site where you can find every piece of information about clubs, Formula Costa there. Well, Club Racing UK would be up for dedicating some time with a team of people to create a site with everything. I think Grid Finder kind of covers getting someone into racing and finding a grid for you. But certainly, there's
a lot of information on our website about how to get into racing. There's a lot of information on the Grid Finder about finding a race. And that's the other reason why we created the Paddock Facebook page, to create an online version of the Paddock. So if you ask any question that you want to know about club level motorsport in the Paddock, there should be, we can probably guarantee someone will have the answer. So
that is 100% why the Paddock group set up, was to the fact that it's full of racers, full of teams, full of people that will know the answers to your questions. The only thing I will say is don't worry if you think your question is daft or stupid. If you want to ask the question of how do I get into racing, just bloody ask that kind of question. There's no such thing as a stupid question ever. Go on, Seth.
But on the other hand, if you feel like our website is missing something that you think is a vital bit of information, then drop us a message. We're more than happy to work with anyone if it's going to benefit the Club Racer. So if you've got some cool ideas you think the website can benefit from, or whatever, then just we're here to chat. And that's what we're here for.
I totally agree, though. Like when I was first looking to go racing, that's why Club Racing UK got set up. When I was first looking to go racing, there was pockets of information from certain people, but every single time the club that was responsible for said pocket of information only had their own personal agenda at hand. So it was always, you want to get into racing, come and speak, you have to come and do this, register with our club, you need to pay X, Y, Z, then you get into this and this and this and this. But that's why Club Racing UK came about, because there's no agenda here. We umbrella everybody. Just bloody come and talk to us lot.
Because that didn't sound menacing or anything.
No. But in all seriousness, I mean, there's thousands of clubs. Well, there's thousands of clubs, tons of different race series. There's something out there that caters for pretty much everybody. If you fancy doing something, someone out there will be able to cater for you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you do have to do a bit of legwork. You can't just stick your hand up and go, "Oh, I'll go racing," and someone will just march you over to where you need to be. You do have to do some homework.
You do, yeah.
You know, and so that goes with anything in life. If you want to go and play football, you're going to have to go look around for your local football club, your nearest place. I mean, for me, when I got into racing, I used my bit of savvy and I looked up local race team. I found a local race team that was situated in Bournemouth. I then went and spanned with them for a bit, and that just involved cleaning wheels for a Fiesta team. And then that's how the ball started rolling. You know, I saw how race weekends developed, and you know what you had to do, and met some people that wanted to go racing. And you know, you do have to put yourself out there. You can't just stand back going, "I love racing, I want to go racing," and expect someone to pick you up and carry you over. You just got to be a bit more forthcoming with getting involved. Honestly, that's the one, and that's another thing we keep trying to shout about. Club motorsport is so accessible. You know, if you want to go and spend a race weekend with a team, we've got thousands of teams on the paddock that will quite happily have you come along with them, especially now the bloody COVID restrictions and stuff like that have lifted. You know, even if you go make tea for a team, you're still in a bloody paddock. You're still around everything. You can still talk to people. You just have to bloody do it. You won't regret it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, I went on a bit of a rant then.
No, crack on. I've had one tonight. I think Steph's got a bit emotional about the Mini. I think that, to be honest, we're looking a bit. We are looking a bit slim on the questions now. We are looking a bit sexy on the questions now, and we have had quite a lot tonight. So thank you to everyone.
Well, it's worked out well, hasn't it? About an hour and a half show. Look at it.
Yes, it's looking very good. Oh, hang on, Johnny Berry, he's coming. Just adding comments, but Motorsport UK don't give people or teams to ask questions to. I very much went in blind, not knowing where to look. Sadly, not everywhere comes up unless you directly search it. That's very true, mate. I'll be honest with that.
That's the thing. And again, I know we're going to plug ourselves, but this is why this was set up. We just now need more people to know about us and how to get involved and this, that, and the other. And we're approachable guys. I mean, Rob, you look a bit weird, but the rest of us, we look all right.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to go to someone who has the sun shining brightly off his lovely, freshly polished head, then
look where I'm sat right now. I look like Jesus-ish without the long hair.
Jesus is retarded cousin.
This glow up here is my halo. So that's what it is.
Fantastic.
For our audio listeners,
right,
tune in.
Before we go, ladies and gents, Stefan, can you tell the lovely boys and girls out there what's going on in YouTube land?
YouTube land. So tomorrow night, the Amiga Motorsport video comes out, where we went to Silverstone and had a look at their new Opel Astra TCR car. And then the following week, I believe it's another instalment of the Mini. So tune in for that one. And then we'll have another podcast show, so I'll tell you more then.
Definitely that.
But
if you like,
go and subscribe, go and check it out. Hit the like button, comment, go and watch all the videos. If you haven't seen
everybody watches YouTube. Just sign up.
Go watch.
Everybody.
We've got over 3,000 members in the paddock. We've got over 6,500 followers on Instagram. Yeah, we've got over 3,000 followers on our Facebook page, yet we've only got 347 people on YouTube. I think I checked earlier.
But it's a very committed 347.
It's a very committed 347, but the more subscribers and stuff like that we get on that, the more reach we get across our videos, and then we can start taking over the world, hopefully.
Absolutely.
More content.
Right, we've got one more. We've got one more question in that I'm going to allow because this is quite current. How worried are people about the cost of a race weekend now with fuel costs, etc.? To put it simply, I am a little bit, but there always was a high cost beforehand. The only thing I'm looking for is the response to it from circuit
Electric
owners,
cars. Electric cars will fix it.
No, they won't.
Oh, stir that pot, Nick.
Yes, stir that pot.
It is what it is, isn't it? Unfortunately, it's something we've got to embrace at the moment. Hopefully, it'll go back down soon.
Yeah, but it's like I said, like I saw
about,
something earlier, wasn't it? How can the government sell electric cars easier? Oh, I know, up the price of fuel. That'll do it.
Yeah, because they've upped the price of electricity as well, so pointless.
Yeah, true.
There you go. But
anyway,
I mean, the rising costs, overall are a bit of a worry generally. I did comment on it on the first magazine column for Motor Racing UK.
What you need to do is find someone with a Costco card because their fuel's a bit cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But you also think about it sensibly as well.
Yeah.
If you just put £20 in your car, it doesn't get any more expensive.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, I love it. Just don't go as far. It's fine.
Christ alive.
It's all right. So just put 30 quid in your race car and you just... When you stop, that's it.
You'll be fine.
At least you've only just done 30 quid.
Yeah, I think we've got a new nickname for Nick, and that's Trigger. Joel Wrighton, you've got 2 kidneys. I'm sure one will fund it. There we go, guys. There we go. Right, so that was a decent show tonight, chaps. Thank you very much for the questions coming in.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the Q&A.
Thanks for the Q&A. I've got a bit of a surprise tonight because I've acquired a vinyl cutter, and there's a bit of a laugh and a bit of a joke with Nicholas. I have cut here. Nick Holmes loves an EP. Basically, the 2 best comments tonight are going to win. I'm going to send you in the post 2 # Nick Holmes loves an EP3 sticker. Okay, for the 2 comments, for the 2 questions that I think have been the best questions on the night, and for me, the best questions that I think really got our heads scratching in terms of anything was Carl Barton with our favourite race cars or cars we want to try, and I'm going to go with Matt Clary about. He's put a number of questions in, but about making our way into motorsport, what different things would we do, what cars would we go to. So Matt Clary has won a pair of Nick Holmes Loves an EP3 sticker. And so's Carl Barton. So congratulations, guys. Message me with the address. I'll send you some stickers. There we go.
Congratulations. Nick's well happy about this.
I can't wait to see them emblazoned somewhere this year. Who the fuck gave you a fucking vinyl cutter?
My dad.
I don't like your dad.
Hang on. Evening, Kerry. It's a little late, but welcome.
Evening, Kerry.
Patrick Seal, thanks, lad. Scratching show as always. Michael Holt as well. Do you want to thank the ambassador partners for coming along by any chance, Nick?
What?
Do you want to thank the ambassador partner? I thought that's what I was preempting. You put your hand up.
Oh no! I just wanted to say one of my highlights from Monday's Ambassador Day was the fact that we got Kerry from Keepwell out in a race car. So first time properly around a track. So yeah, I was genuinely well chuffed there. And a massive shout out to our ambassadors, Cameron and Nick, for scaring the living crap out of her, which is brilliant. No, honestly, I mean, she rivaled my smile when I get out of a race car, so that's always a good sign.
There we go. Fantastic to see Kerry. Oh, she was at work tonight. Keep earning the
joking, Kerry. So joking.
All is forgiven. Well,
you.
Don't forget, guys, if you have missed tonight's show, well, you won't be hearing this right now. But if you do want to listen again, this show will be available on all good podcast outlets from tonight. So don't forget to listen to the audio versions. And yes, Matt Clary and Carl.
It's a bit late now. They've just been listening for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go listen to it again.
Well, you never know. They need something to listen in the car. Matt Clary and Carl Parton, get in touch with me with your addresses and I'll send some stickers out, and I might send some out in the future. Why not? So, for tonight's show, thank you very much for all your questions. I've been your host, Robert Lewis, with Stefan Marsh and Nick Holmes for all of Club Racing UK. We will see you in 2 weeks' time.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.